the story of a Nigerian American woman navigating through this thing called life. All right, here we are. Welcome to the Unmet Expectation podcast. I'm your host, Yasunde, in the building. We're on episode 9. 9 whole episodes. I say that every episode because every time I'm just like, wow, I'm really trucking through these things.
You are. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm trying. So to the left of me, I've been waiting for this one.
Hi, friends.
We have an investor, owner of Daminate Real Estate Group. He is an event curator. I said he was a promoter. He said, no, switch that up. I'm an event curator. He's an IT professional. He's a fashion icon. Oh, get into it. And on top of that, he's an eligible bachelor. I have Dami-Damilola in the building. What up, Dami?
What's going on? How you living?
I'm good. I'm so glad you're here.
No, thanks for having me.
Like, literally, I was so excited the whole day. And I was like, I hope he doesn't flake on me.
No.
Literally, I was like, dang.
But I had to adjust. I think we're supposed to do this tomorrow.
Yes, we were supposed to do this
but
tomorrow.
I'll be in LA tomorrow.
Okay.
So I was like, thanks for being flexible.
Are you on Africon?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I've been seeing that all over IG, and I thought that would be a really good place to kind of network.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm going. Shout out to Dami. One of the founders. His name is Dami as well.
Okay.
Shout
out to Dami. Do you know him?
Yeah, I met him a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, met him a couple times, doing good things out. Going there to support him. A lot of my African friends are going to be there as well. Okay. Some of my friends are actually on a panel, different panels.
Wow.
So just showing love.
Maybe I'll check it out next year.
Yeah, you should. Definitely should.
I think it's a yearly thing.
It is, 100%.
Wow.
Annual thing.
Do you usually go?
This is my first year.
Okay.
My first year. Last year I couldn't make it. Year before that, I think COVID situation going on. But I've heard good things about it. Super excited. So yeah, I'll leave.
Wow. Well, hopefully that works out. I hope you really have a good time, and I hope that you network and meet new people and elevate, because I know you're good at that. I like to do a mood check. I like to see your mental space. How are we feeling today? What's our mood like?
I am, weather-wise, I'm sunny.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, definitely sunny with a rainbow. Sunny with a rainbow.
What does that mean?
That means that, it's a great day. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized. Was able to get some rest.
Jet setting.
Nah, this is a good night's sleep. A mental reset is always good. So
yeah. Good. So you're in a good space with a touch-up splash of a rainbow.
Dang.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Only Dami. Okay, now. Good space with a touch-up splash of a rainbow.
Yeah.
All right, well, I love that for you. We are on the Unmet Expectation podcast. With that said, what are a couple of your unmet expectations throughout your journey of navigating this thing called life? It could be societal, cultural, expectations you placed on yourself that you never met. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so wow. There's a lot. My dad used to say actually experience is the best teacher.
Mm-hmm. And sorry, a little bit of background. Dami is 2, 3, 4, green, white, green, night job all day.
You already know, I'll be house 5.
Night job, brother.
Night job know they carry lots, right? So I think that knowing what my dad said is experience is the best teacher. You can read about it, you can go to school, you can learn it, but until you experience it, you're like, that makes a lot of sense, right? So for my expectations where I'm at now in my big old age, it's wow, I'm not where I was. However, I'm not where I was.
Okay.
And it's that small gap that's how do I get there?
Ooh. So you're saying you're not where you want to be. Is that career-wise? Is that financially wise?
I think it's everything. I think that I'm pretty hard on myself. Yes. But at the same time, I've learned one of my mentors is yo, Dami, this was years ago. I think when I first bought my first house, it was take the time to smell the roses. I'm always thinking about planting new seeds, planting new gardens, but I didn't know this at the time, but you're doing what most people aren't doing, right? So taking the time to smell the roses. But my argument to that is who I surround myself with, they're like booming.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, okay, I'm not there, but I'm not there. So it's like, but still take the time to acknowledge what you've accomplished and let it sink in. And then think about the next play, right? I think what I do, pros and cons, is I always thinking about the next hustle, the next real estate deal, the next job opportunity, the next flight I can get on. Like, what's next?
So you're always on the go, 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 go. Wow,
life is crazy.
Dami-Damilola. Sometimes you really, because I talked about this. First of all, it's a beautiful thing that you're surrounded with people who are above, right? Because that gives you the motivation, that gives you the drive to keep going, to keep fighting. Because if you're the smartest and most accomplished in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Absolutely.
So I think that that's a beautiful thing, that you surround yourself with people who are doing big things.
Yeah.
That should make you hustle more. But as far as like putting so much pressure on yourself, it robs you of the now, it robs you of joy, and don't do that to yourself. I think it's a work in progress. I think we'll get into your accomplishments, but you've done some big things at your small age. No, seriously, you've done it really big. Wait till we go through the list of your accomplishments and what we'll talk about. But give yourself some grace, for sure. Yeah. Give yourself some grace, because you are doing really, really big things.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It took a while to get here, right? I think growing up, my parents was like, what are we going to do with him? Like, I'm the youngest of three, right? So like,
a baby.
I am. And
gosh.
My sister's the oldest, is my brother, and it's me. And it's like, okay, the first two are like, great. And here is him. It's like, it's like the black, and I don't say the black sheep, but it's like, where do we go wrong? But hey, look at me now. They're happy.
Wow. Can we talk about that dynamic a little bit? Yeah. Because there's three of us as well, but I'm in the middle, but you're the baby, and my brother's the baby, and you guys are so coddled.
Are we? I don't think so. Let me tell you something. My dad brought Nigeria to North Carolina. Like, as in, like, we're washing plates and dishes outside, as if like I've been to the farm, I've killed my fair share of goats. Like, I've like,
well, that's humbling.
Is it not? Like, for real? Humbling. Like, you want me to do what in the U.S.? Absolutely not. But it's, he definitely wanted to make sure that we're not useless. That's the biggest thing. Like, none of my children will be useless.
Wow, they love that word, useless.
They love that word, useless, and that's also what I took, because even with, I guess, dating, it's like, I don't say you're useless, but
yeah, okay. So that's kind of, I guess, one of your expectations, that you're so single.
Yeah,
but you're still, don't spoil your market now. You gotta get single and well accomplished. We will get into that. We'll talk about dating and stuff after, like, that'll be the next segment. But yeah, back to just giving yourself grace. Like, don't let that gap, don't let that detour you. Don't let that scare you.
Yeah.
Just big yourself up, give yourself all your accolades and applause. I'm clapping for you. If you're not clapping for
hey, give me some flowers. I want some flowers too. I like roses.
Take all the flowers, because you deserve it, for sure.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So, from the expectations, that gap in between where you are and then that ultimate success. Yeah. I guess, what does success look like to you or for you?
I do self-reflection a lot. Like, retrospectives, right?
Okay.
I do it for work. So, like, the things that I do for work, I kind of try to put in my actual life. Okay. So success changes every so often.
Okay.
Like, the goalpost keeps changing every so often. Right? Before, it was like, man, can I get my first property? Oh, cool. Somebody will consider that successful. It's not hard, but it's also not easy to get your first property. Right. But at the same time, it's like, if that's what you consider success, cool, you're successful. But now, like, how can I get 5, 10 more? Right. So success changes.
For more and more and more.
Yeah. And it's also a pro and a con, because when is enough is enough. Right. Me and my friends, we have this discussion a lot, because we were all raised through, our parents coming from first generation, and we clearly came out okay. So do we need these large amounts of accolades just to make it? Clearly we don't, because we made it out of our parents, right? But at the same time, you also want to do better for yourself. you also want to make sure the next generation is better as well.
Because that's how it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
If it's not, something's wrong. Every generation is supposed to be better than the next.
Exactly.
Your kids, it gets better and better and
Yep.
better and better.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier, yo.
Just a little bit easier because you're putting things in place for them will make it a bit easier for them. You're creating generational wealth. And since we're talking about it so much, I think it's important for us to kind of go into real estate.
Okay.
And I'm going to start off by reading this quote. Hold on real quick. Hold on. I wanted to read this quote because I read it this afternoon and I was like, wow, this is really good. So this will start our real estate talk. Because that's something that you and I have in common. We're both like investors and it's real estate. So that's pretty cool. All right, let me pull it up really quick. And that would be a nice little segue. World domination.
I like that name. That name fits.
World domination.
Do you get it?
That's what we doing. Yeah, dominating the world.
Yeah.
Come on now. So, okay. So this was the closing of your, I don't know if it was your second property or first property.
Oh, second. Ooh, yes.
You said,
Second.
You said, God, I humble myself before you because you are gracious and righteous. Thank you for your favor and always delivering. May I never mishandle the things I prayed over. Thank you for my family and friends for their support. And then you go into like quite a few. I thought that was so transparent.
Yeah.
And so like, I love that you gave God all the praise that he deserves because without him, we're nothing.
And that was January 21?
January 24th, 2021.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was really, really well said. And I'm so happy for you. So let's talk about real estate. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I know that you currently
Hold on.
have...
Let's talk about that post. And that was like from the heart too.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit teary-eyed because.
Oh, I have napkins.
Yeah.
Oh, Dami. Oh, Dami.
Let's cut it real quick.
Oh,
No, because
okay.
like I'm good now.
Okay.
No, I just came from probably the hardest year. Hard. People don't really know that. Some people do.
Yeah.
Like you have your people that you like confide in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But because I don't think I do the most. I don't think I'm like flashy or like you never know when I'm up, when I'm down. I like to carry myself. Same energy, same extrovert. Like I want you to know that, like, and people really feed off of my energy.
I think I actually met you around the time you had lost your job, and that I thought you were the funniest. It was such a good time. Like I would have never known you were going through this.
Yeah, so it was about, all in all, it was about like 6 months of, I guess, unemployment, right? And it's like, first of all, shout out to side hustles because like everyone is literally one job away from not having any type of income.
Absolutely.
So that's why I advocate hustling, whatever it may be, whatever your passion is, your gift is, whatever you want to start doing it now because you're literally one job away. Wow, where is my next bill going to come from? So, real estate helped me out. Airbnb helped me out. I wasn't doing Turo at the time, but at least those two. Oh, and events, right?
Yeah.
So able to like not miss a meal, still pay bills. Now, wasn't making like the money I was before with my not my 9 to 5, but however, that post was like, wow, how am I closing on my second property in DC? And I haven't worked, and I haven't worked in the last 5 to 6 months. Like that's not me.
That's God.
You feel me? And it's like, and those who bought a house before, even if it's your first one, your 10th one, you know, underwriters are your enemy. Like I hate between underwriters and HOA. I don't know who I hate more. And it's like, wow, I actually made it through the finish line, through the doubts, the uncertainties, and just because you bought one real estate deal, the second and third ones they do get easier, but it's like. That say more money, more problems. It's not really more money, more problems. It's like more money, different problem.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Perspective.
It's perspective. It is like, I already know what I'm going to need to get it to the basic stuff, 2 years of W-2s, 2 years of tax returns, whatever, the basic stuff. But it's like, when you're getting into more deals, it's like, yo, how am I going to do this now? So coming out of that season and then closing in the first month of the year, yo, 2020, it was wild.
That was only God.
It was only God.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I felt like even when I read that, because I was just kind of looking through your profile this afternoon and I saw that and I was just like, wow, I almost cried. And I was just like, wow, this is so raw and it's so transparent and it's so honest. And I was like, you don't really see people on here like being this truthful and transparent. I loved it. I loved every word of it. And all praise to God. That's it. He will see you through. What he's promised you it only can come down.
And shout out to moms too, because, you know, being a product of a praying mother.
Yes.
Yo, listen, like everyone has their own individual walks with the Lord and your own beliefs, or whatever case may be. But like instilling that makes a huge difference.
And your mother's prayers will carry your kids,
you feel me?
kids,
you feel me?
Their kids.
Now, and then when you add when you add your sister's prayer into it, oh, you undefeated.
It's undefeated. You feel me? It's like who wants to me? Like what's gonna
exactly.
Yeah. Now I'm on that walk now. I've always had a relationship with the Lord, but it's just intensified over the past couple months. And I love him so much. And like, he's like, I could say he's like my best friend at the moment for sure. And I'm praying that relationship continues to grow in him, because I think it's Matthew 6:33, seek him and everything else in your life will align. So just keep going after him and everything else will align. So I'm really gassed about my relationship with him at the moment. So I had to put that in, but I'm so happy for you, real estate. See, when you're the producer, you're doing everything.
Yeah. You have like 4 or 5 jobs.
I have 4 or 5 jobs at the same time.
Yeah. And not including your 9 to 5, so.
Right, not including my 9 to 5, right? Let's start off that into this, but I love this. This doesn't feel like work. This just feels like a purpose.
Exactly.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit more about your properties. You have 3 properties and 7 doors.
Yes.
You closed on a triplex last year.
Yes.
Wow, in the A.
What
made you go to Atlanta? You took your time to Atlanta.
So I'm trying to do this in a very short story.
Okay.
I have a good friend.
Okay.
Ivan Gaston. Met him my first job at Deloitte.
Okay.
He quit Deloitte at like 23. He's like, I'm doing real estate. I was like, sure. 10 years later, he's like, he's killing it. He hit me, and we always joke like, I'm going to buy a house from you one day.
Wow.
And most of his projects are multifamily houses. And Atlanta's a market where there's not a lot, and he has majority of them. Whoa. So he was like, yo,
he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's like, yo, before I put this on the market, I know we talked about you buying a house for me. What are your thoughts? This is like the second time he did it. First time I wasn't in a position to do it. But now I'm just like, okay, let's make this happen. Like, I'm coming off from it's 2022. I got a little bit of money in my pocket. Like, let's see what we can do, right? So I got in Atlanta because what they're trying to do in Atlanta in the next 5-10 plus years, it's like get in now before it's overpriced, right? And I'm literally walking distance from Mercedes-Benz, State Farm. Wow. So it's a long-term play. It's a long-term play. It was nice, for him to be a friend. It's still a nice, pretty penny, but it's like, think about the future.
Return on investment.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Yes. Now, in my property and what I want to, not really, but I'm not paying a mortgage.
That's always the name of the game.
Yeah.
As long as you're not paying your mortgage, you're in good standing, right? Yeah. The name of the game is to not be able to pay your mortgage. Your rent, whatever they're paying you rent, is supposed to be more than that, right?
Now you're killing it if you have like positive cash flow. Even if it's
positive cash flow.
Even if it's like $500-$600 extra.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Equity still building.
Exactly.
So ultimately.
And that extra $500 a month goes a long way times a year. People are like, oh, you only make an extra $500. That's 500 times 12.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Do the math.
That's that bag that you want.
Right. That's that bag, or that's money that can go into the house in case anything happens. So an emergency fund or anything like that.
Exactly. So that was number 3. So that was fun. That was a fun deal. Woo! Like after coming from the second deal, that was like hell. That was a fun deal. Underwriters will still try you,
Yeah.
But that was a fun deal. And having a personal relationship also works, right? So I'm now getting into the business of relationship building.
Okay.
And not going through like Redfin or MLS.
Okay.
Real estate is really a relationship game.
Wow. I never looked at it that way.
It is. Because he had a lot of buyers for that property. He was like, listen, I want to keep it in-house.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Right.
And I want to keep it with somebody who I
in-house.
Yeah. And I want to keep it with somebody that I know. Mm-hmm. And it just worked out. And then it's the fact that he's been doing it for so much longer. I am now introduced to his realtors.
There you go.
His lenders, his contractors.
There we go.
And he's done, a lot of different flips, 12-unit buildings, 20-unit buildings. Whoa. Yeah. So like that relationship right there is something that open doors to other relationships.
Yeah, so it's so important that you cultivated that relationship. Exactly. And they say that your network determines your net worth.
Exactly.
So that's so true. And that, like, I'm so happy for you. A triplex?
A triplex.
That's so you collect the money here, and here.
And the only reason I got a triplex is because, again, back to what my dad said, experience is the best teacher. What I know now, I haven't thought about selling my first property.
Really?
I thought about liquidating everything and just starting over.
What's the thought or reasoning behind that?
Because the knowledge I have now.
So with that equity, like,
so for instance, like, if I was, my first house was like 26, 27. If I was 27, I would automatically want to start out with a multifamily house.
Okay.
I would live in one of the units and rent out the other 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what you do now.
That's what I do now because that's what I learned afterwards. Like, damn. And it's also because you're only a first-time homebuyer once. So why not maximize all? And I tell this to all my friends who ask me questions. I tell all my friends, especially no offense, women, like, but it doesn't have a garden tub. It doesn't have the island. It's like, this is not your dream house.
Right.
This is not the house you're gonna live in for and you're gonna raise it. This is something just to get it under your belt.
Yeah.
Get some equity going. Get some cash flow going, and you can think about the garden tub, the large kitchen, the garden countertops later. It's like just get in the door without. I want floor to ceiling windows. Yeah. Don't worry about none of that. That comes in property 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's like you said. It's not your dream home, and I think that's where people go wrong, especially with flips or with just investment properties in general. Are you living there?
You're not. And even if you are, it's a year. And I say a year because you can move out in a year. You can do FHA 3.5 and repeat the process, right?
Yeah.
But not everybody thinks like an investor.
Right.
So it's fair. By all means, do what you want. Get your dream house. Be happy with it. I'm happy for you regardless. But this is what I would do for coming to me for advice.
And do you think everyone's meant to be an investor?
I think it's sexy. I think everyone thinks it's sexy until it's not. And any real investor will tell you it's sexy until it's not.
Wow. Because when that toilet breaks down, the dishwasher floods.
Or when your tenants are late. And it's like, do you? So I don't know. Me and my real estate friend are talking about this. Like my mortgages combined is like 5 figures.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, all through my mortgage. Well, maybe 9K. So if someone is late, I have to either if someone is late or if I don't have a tenant, the bank doesn't care. They still want their money.
Yeah.
So it's sexy until it's not.
It's sexy until it's not.
Okay. Right.
I like that.
Right.
I like that. But that's true because that's coming out your pocket.
Exactly. And it's like, wow.
But see, that's why that $500, that's why it has to be positive cash flow. Yep. That $500-$600 you're making every month, put that away.
And I think I live a pretty modest lifestyle where unemployed for 6 months too.
Yeah.
Rainy days happen.
Yeah.
And how are you going to bounce back from it?
So you've learned to cut your coat according to your size.
Yeah.
That's very important.
And I also learned to, I guess, stay in my lane, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a lot of flashy friends and ballers and stuff like that, but I'd be cooling, man.
Real domination be out there too. I see you flexing on the gram.
So another thing.
Don't fake like you don't be out there with your fur.
So there's a big difference between Dami and world domination.
Oh, so we have split personalities?
Not just split personalities, but people have an idea who I am until you get to know me.
Yes. I think that what I would see on social media, knowing you, is just like, two different things.
Exactly, right.
Two different people.
Right.
Why put on that facade for social media?
It's not a facade. That's what I show.
So you show I
show the real estate. I show the events that I do. And I show me living life, having a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect segue into dating. That's pre-recording. We're going to talk about dating and the challenges that come with it. Yeah. Pre-recording, I spoke to you like maybe 4 days ago on the phone, and we were kind of chopping it up.
Yeah.
Basically, the premise of the pod, what direction it's going to go in. And we talked about dating, and you kind of talked about the challenges behind it and kind of how you're struggling. And you spoke just now about traveling and, doing this and being a curator and all that good stuff. But also in the midst of that, it's like you're kind of struggling to find someone serious to settle down with. And it is a desire of your heart to be with someone and to settle down and to get serious. So let's talk a little bit about the challenges of dating.
Yeah. So like I said, I do retrospectives, like reflections. Okay, Dami, you're in your 30s. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How do you plan on getting there? What kind of life do you want to have in 5 years? Right. I have homies that are like in their late 30s, early 40s. I'm like, niggas doing the same shit I'm doing. Wow. I don't want to do that. No knock to them, but it's like, I'm not trying to do that, right? Because
Come on, fellas, step it up.
Because now it's like, what are you showing me that's out there 8 years from now? Nah, bro.
Wow.
But they also have their own journey. They may not even want to be a family man or stuff like that. So, but I know what I want.
Yeah.
And I think when you start moving with intention, the conversation starts changing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So back to the whole Dami versus word domination. I mean, they're both one and the same. However, everyone on IG or social media only posts what they want people to see.
That's true.
Right? I don't show me going to the library and reading to kids.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
show Dami. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, like I don't show like be watching like cartoons and anime literally all day. Like I don't show like the other things of who makes me who I am and like the service that I do.
Not? I don't know. I guess it's personal.
It's like you're really getting to know me, and no one. I don't say no, but majority of people on social media really don't show their true self.
Yeah, their true self.
Now, word domination is my true. So that's like if you see me out and having fun, that's like, oh, he gets activated. But I do understand how that also portrays to a woman's eyes. Like, yes, I have a lot of homegirls, and they're literally just that. And it's also kind of sad to where you like some people think that you can't have platonic friends of the opposite sex. I'm like. If any of my homegirls try, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Okay. That's weird. Okay. Stop.
Fair enough. However, I think that I'll let you finish talking, but you talked about reading to the kids. You talked about being into anime. And I really hope that when you go on dates that you let these women know that there's this side of me too. Because if you like turn up Dami, traveling the world with your friends, it really, unfortunately, that's what people see. Yeah. And that's where they're going to be like, he's not serious. So I thought about our conversation. And I was just like, Dami, he's handsome.
You think I'm handsome?
Dami is a handsome one over here. Don't spoil your market now. Don't spoil your market. Well, he's handsome. He's kind. He's all these things. And it's just like, why is he single? And I think a lot of it is intentional. You have to be intentional.
Yep.
I guess intentionality. I guess that's the word. Intentionality, and then also portraying to these women. Maybe you can't. I mean, you shouldn't have to change who you are, but you have to get more serious. I mean, I think that you're really joking and playful.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be very intentional. And if you like someone, let her know that you like her. Be very specific, be very transparent, use the right words and let her know how you feel. And unfortunately...
You mean be vulnerable?
Be vulnerable.
Oh, that's a...
You had a vulnerable moment earlier.
That's a big... You won't be coming by surprised by that, so...
Yes, because it was so beautiful. And I think of a lot... Because I feel like everyone's kind of scared of love. Love is a beautiful thing, and God wants us to love. Like that, it's the cure for so much.
Yeah. And as of late, like, my line brothers or my homies who got married, I'm like, yo, I want to experience that. And start that family lifestyle. And for instance, like,
are you ready? You think you're ready? So no more AfroCon or Afro Nation, whatever this thing is. No more curator, event curator. You can't. You're gonna have to kind of cut back on things like
100%.
that.
And I'm aware about that. However, it's also like also my job to make sure that my woman is secure.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. That is your job.
And it's no matter what I'm doing, or because I can cut back on events, and there's still people who have like work girlfriends.
Yeah. Okay. So it's all about the intentionality.
Exactly.
It's all about you doing the right thing.
Exactly. Like, right? It's all about how I move and like my intent behind it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody doing events doesn't mean that they're going to cheat, or doesn't mean that they are actively going after other women.
Right.
9 times out of 10, half of them are actually annoying. I'm being honest.
But like you said, it's really important for you to reassure your woman, like,
exactly.
Make her secure, and let her know
introduce her to everyone, like, so where it's no. And I learned this also in my past relationships. Okay. Like, hey, like, why are you supposed to look at me like that? I was like, oh, we had that. So I just like even listen. I learned transparency and being direct it's a lot easier than trying to play the field, Joe.
It is.
So if we're going out, like, listen, we're going somewhere, we're going to kick back. There may be 1 or 2 people that I've dated or messed with or had something going on. Just FYI.
That's kind of messy, That's Dami. That's messy. Don't bring me around a bunch of women you've dated before.
No, not even that, but like, so are you not cordial with people that you want to date with?
Like, why are you still hanging out with people?
I'm not hanging out with them, but it's
you sit there to kick back.
I kick back.
Okay.
Is it? Am I hosting it? Am I planning it? Is it my own?
Okay.
Right. And but I also think it's also a maturity thing. Yeah, we went out. No one is acting crazy. No one is flipping tables. It's just
but women. Some of us are quite insane.
But that's only if you're not very transparent and direct, and you give them a reason to. You're always revisiting the conversation. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same paragraph? Okay. Are we on the same sentence? Right? We could be on the same page, but I read faster than you, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So all about like
pace.
Right, and it's really all about like what are you telling them to make them want to act this way? You're clearly selling dreams. Dami don't sell dreams.
Okay, good. You're not one of those.
Dami don't sell dreams.
Okay.
Let me tell you that right now.
Well.
But yeah, so that's what it is. So and again, so back to my 5-year plan, right? Mm-hmm. And it's funny because you think you'll get Dami when you get married from your mom. My dad is on my back.
You have nieces and nephews?
Yeah, 2.
Okay, good. So it alleviates a little off of you.
A
little bit.
But they're also 8 and 9 now. The 9-year-old's turning 10.
Next set.
So, and then my brother got engaged like recently. His wedding is next month. So that like saved me for a couple of months. But now,
how much older is your brother than you?
3.5.
3.5, 4 years. Okay.
But yes, it does. But now it's like they're on my head now. And I think it's also because like my parents are older. They're in like, almost in their 70s.
Yeah.
Like we're all on borrowed time. And my dad was like, one of the greatest things that you probably not realize is seeing that. And my dad loves kids. Oh, he literally loves kids. And I think that he wants to be around, and my mom as well. They want to be around to be there to caretake, to kiss and love and spoil. Oh. And just see that coming from Nigeria to now, and we're all gonna be all right. Which we all are all right.
They did a really good job with you guys.
I say this so growing up, my parents had a prayer for all 3 of us.
Okay.
And it's like, none of you will rely on each other. And it's because I think of other families and other family dynamics. It's like you have that one people who just can't get right. Who's always down. Yeah. So like we're all good. Like we all chip in. Oh, mom and dad needs this, done. Oh, the house needs this, done. Oh, we took my mom to the Bahamas in January.
Come on, mommy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just enjoy yourself, mom.
Yeah, that's
and her sister. Like, just y'all go enjoy yourselves, right? So it's like in their eyes, they've done all that they can. It's like, okay, Dami, like this is the last thing so I'm not even doing it. I'm not doing it for them, but I also want to experience that. Nobody wants to be 60 with a 20-year-old. That's not fun.
Why isn't it?
The earlier, the better.
Okay. God's time and not yours.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like if everything aligned correctly, the earlier the better. Like the earlier you start, the more you can have the fruit of your labor, the more you can actually enjoy it and enjoy each other. Right? You know, being 75 with a 12-year-old, that doesn't sound fun.
Well, that's time. You don't know what my physical health's going to be like at 75. I might be stronger than the 50-year-old.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we can put it that way, but I understand what you're saying. Everything's perspective, but I get it.
Yeah, so I'm actively trying to start building something with body.
Okay.
And at the same time, it's like, again, that's saying you weren't with me shooting in the gym. I would kind of like something build. Let's build together.
Yeah.
Because again, I also have homies who are, late 30s, but like, yo, I did this basically all by myself. Like, kind of what can you do for me?
Really? Is that the mentality?
For some people.
I thought it was that. So if you reach that level of success, it's like I want to give you, because I think naturally men are providers.
Yeah, and generous. Men are naturally generous people. Yeah.
Unless you're stingy, but because there are those type of
a lot of men don't like entitled women. Reality versus perception, right? Like no one knows. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own values, their own morals. Everyone has an idea on what do what works for you, right? I know for me and what I want and how I want to raise my family and my kids. And first of all, I'm a Nigerian man, so that itself, just whatever doubts any woman has, should be like, he's going to provide whatever. He's going to be generous. Nigerian men, most men are, but like people know, like Nigerian men are very generous men when it comes to like reaching into their pockets and making sure they're provided for.
Absolutely.
Because you are an extension of me to some extent. Yeah. So why wouldn't I make sure that when you're out by yourself, when you're out with your girls, you're not taken care of?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and it's either is a pride that comes with it or is the ego that comes with it. But my baby gonna be straight. Like
pride and ego for sure.
Like my baby gonna be straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it also goes back to the entitlement thing. It's like, I got you. Know that I got you, and there's levels to this. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right, so you're about to sell your market. Build your ideal woman.
I have my non-negotiables.
Okay, non-negotiables.
A relationship with God in some sense.
What does that mean?
Are you a praying woman?
Okay.
I don't need you to be in church on Sundays. I mean, if you want to, cool. Like, but do you have a direct, speed out relationship with?
Solid foundation. Okay.
If you don't, cool, we can work on it.
Okay.
Like I'm not holier than thou. Yeah, I'm not holier than thou, right?
Yeah.
2, I'm like a showstopper. Like, when you walk in the room, like you just not even baddie, but just your presence is like. If you bad, you bad. Yeah, like you're like you just like
what you exude.
Exactly. Like like okay, like. You don't even have to do the most. People who be doing the most is wild. Like,
yeah, no, actually, really,
it's wild, right? Just like, okay, you here. 3rd one is like having some sort of leadership, right?
Okay.
As much as I am a man, as much as I am considered an alpha man, and like, I need to make sure that if I, for whatever reason, cannot do this, can you pick up the baton? Okay. Right. Okay. Or you're just gonna be relying on me.
Right. So she has to have her own stuff, basically.
Have your own stuff. I mean, even the businesses that I build, like I will put you on like LOCs or Ds and teach you how to run it and make sure that you are also growing and learning just in case that I can't do it, right? Like I'm going to make a way for you in this Damination Real Estate Group.
Domination,
right? Whether it's replying to Airbnb situations or Turo registrations or inquiries or whatever, like you're gonna also be part of this business that I'm trying to build here.
It sounds like an empire
versus just sitting back and enjoying the benefits. Yeah. And there's some women who just want to sit back and enjoy the benefits, and that's just not for me.
Okay, put in the work. Yeah. Do something. Make yourself useful.
Don't be used.
Don't be useless.
You feel me? You get me. You get me. You get me. Because my family is like, who's a useless person?
You come to bring
yo. I don't got no filter. I don't got no filter. Yo.
Wow.
My family is crazy.
What Nigerian parent has a filter? Filterless.
No.
What is a filter?
La.
Who's at the door?
Oh.
Came in the building in the middle of recording.
Dang, what's my train of thought?
You were saying, be useful, not useless.
Yeah, this be useful. And that is different for everybody, 100%. Yeah. And I think that I also want to travel with I'm a traveler and I want to experience life. I am tired of traveling with my homies. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. I was like, bro, I'm not trying to go to with you. I'm not.
I'm trying to go with my man. Or my woman.
I'm trying to go with my shorty. Like, we've had a great run, bro. Like, it's been 2-3 years, but nah.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and again, putting myself out there and no longer self-sabotage.
Yes.
Yes, I used to self-sabotage. Just enjoying.
Yeah.
Enjoying.
So, okay, you named about 3 non-negotiable or non-negotiables.
Yeah. There's more, but those are like the main.
Any women out there, you hear that? If you meet, so you market Dami-Damilola.
There you go.
Yeah. So I think let's kind of move on to like future goals, just high level future goals, because you're super driven and motivated. So let's hear them.
Yeah, I think that I am now in a place with my career that I don't want to work just check. Mm-hmm. I want to like get into like a passion.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, 9 to 5 pays the bills, but it's like it's just a check. It's what I know, what I'm good at. But okay, Dami, what is it that you, whether in the corporate world or career wise, that's a goal. Of course, getting more doors. I wouldn't mind handling the flip. I've never done a flip before.
Shout out Lola in the building.
You feel me?
Shout out on you in the building.
The goat.
The goat of the flips.
So I definitely want to try my hands on the flip, and that's just to get. I mean, real estate is levels to real estate.
For sure.
Flipping is one of those ways just get income quick. Like you have a large sum of income to do bigger, better plays, and to ultimately do the buy and hold kind of strategy. Buy and hold for 5, 10.
Okay.
Flips just I need to make.
Right.
To do that, and another goal of mine, buy another house in the next year or 2. Very aggressive because now DTI is all over the place. Even moving my current properties to off my name.
Okay.
Have more ways to play the game. So whereas like I don't own this, but Damination Real Estate Group owns this, and now I can like get more play.
Absolutely.
And gonna be a better person today.
That's it.
And know that that's myself.
That was so well said. That I think. So it sounds like you really have, and I'm really big on this as well, just a growth mindset.
Yeah.
So the mindset that you don't want to say, you just want to grow and become the better version of yourself every single day.
Yeah.
Wow. And that comes with a lot of self-awareness and a lot of practice and just betterment. That's beautiful. That's the ultimate. I love that for you. So let's talk about words of affirmation or advice you would give your 21-year-old self based on what you know today.
21?
21.
I wouldn't do anything different at 20. I would say keep going. Ooh. Now at 26, it would be like, because I moved to DC almost 2014, so almost 10 years.
Okay.
So that was a pivotal point in my life.
Okay.
Like DC has kind of framed and formed me to.
Yep.
And I made tons of mistakes. At 26, I'll tell myself that, A,
Let me just move this up more.
Don't get the condo, get the multifamily.
Okay.
Call your parents more.
Oh, yeah.
And also be able to, no one asks for help. No one asks for help. Who is really down for you and who's there to drain your energy.
Wow. Not asking for help comes from pride sometimes.
Yeah, I've learned, and it's hard for a man.
Yeah, that's pride.
I've learned to swallow my pride in a number of different because like say we all going through stuff. Once you understand everyone goes through something, it's just a different time, different season.
Absolutely.
No one's walking on water, yo. Like no one is. Like and how someone carries themselves, you don't know what they're going through.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's true.
So when you understand that, say we all I'm gonna bleed, you gonna bleed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So and then in my future self, I'd be like, take all the opportunities you can and make sure you find a way out and give.
Yeah. Wow.
It's funny. Like people have hit my DMs numerous of times. Make an ebook, put out your info. I'm like, I don't think I have that much knowledge to do that. Like, y'all trust me? Me? Dami?
Remember, we talk about self-sabotage now.
Yeah, like, it's like, and it's like, I'll just tell you for free. Like,
what do you mean to make profit?
I think it's just like, I'll rather just tell you whatever. I have a lot of real estate.
That'd probably be your gift, though. That might be like your gift to the world. Like maybe God is using you as a vessel to be that, to create that book. Look
really?
Yeah, look. You
but again, there's like,
about it.
But I don't think I have enough knowledge to like. I'm still asking my friends, yo, you have a contractor that can do this, or like, what does this like? I don't have all the answers.
It could even be like not flipping or investment 101 for new beginners. I'm here, so these are the things that I did wrong, or these are the things that I did right. That type of thing.
And that's fair because I have people who don't know what FHA 3.5 is. I have people who have 30, 80 doors.
Exactly.
Right? That's a huge gap between FHA 3.5 and I have 80 doors.
That's content.
Yeah.
The ebook. So talk to God about it. That might be your thing to do. That might be your calling or your appointing.
So that's my future self and just continue to grow, learn, and adapt.
Yeah. Grow, learn, adapt. Love it. In that order.
Yeah, literally.
Wow. So we're heading into the final segment of the pod, my favorite segment, because I love music. Music is life. It's called On Repeat.
Yes.
What are we listening to this week or at any given time? What's on heavy rotation?
So Ashake just dropped a new song.
Who?
Ashake.
Oh, Asake. Okay. Is it Ashake or Asake?
Oh, Ashake.
Ashake. I don't know.
But yes. The last one was 2:30. But as of last night is I'm a Piano song he just dropped. That's been on.
Wow. Is that the one with Olamide? I think it's featuring Olamide, no?
It's somebody. Yes. Okay, girl, you better know.
I know my tune.
Let's see.
I know my tune.
Let's see. Yeah. So that's been on repeat. It's been a good mood.
Okay.
It's been a good mood.
Cool. For sure. Amapiano, is it Amapiano beat? I'm assuming if the song is called Amapiano.
No, the song is called Amapiano.
Is it on Amapiano beat?
Yeah.
Okay, because Amapiano is like life.
I don't want to say it may be the song of the summer, but it's too early to tell. It's fire. It's fire. I think it's too early to tell. We'll see what June, July, August brings. What music is out.
Will it be like a last?
Last came pretty late.
Okay.
I think people thought it was gonna be that Drake song. Forgot.
The Popcorn? Which one? We Count Done. Drake has so many daggone songs.
For last summer. But no, we'll see. But that's what I have on repeat right now.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna check that out. Actually, when we're done, we'll probably do a little studio fun today.
Ooh, studio.
So mine's is by Kai Urea. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. It's called Move. Shay put me on that. Shout out Leopard Spice them for putting me on to that. That's been on a heavy repeat this week. I think it's like gospel, like R&B, and it's just so positive and so uplifting. And that's been my jam. Like that's what I've been on for the past couple days. And yeah, I really love it. And I'm gonna look more into him because he's pretty cool based on what I've seen on social. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing some more of his music. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of the pod.
This was enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you came, Dami. I'm so glad you
thought
came.
I was gonna click on you? God forbid me. That's why. How about you text me 50 times today?
I didn't text you 50 times.
30.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't make it seem like I'm a stalker.
No, not even. No, but it was good. It was good. Actually, one of those actually reminded me of my. So thanks for texting me.
Why would you flake on me?
I did.
You complained like 100 times that it was so far.
Yo, you have me in Laurel.
It's not that far.
Do you know how many times I've been in Laurel?
Southeast?
Do you know how many times I've been in Laurel in my life?
Well, today you come again.
I can literally count on maybe one hand.
You missing out because it's lit over here.
Maybe.
What do you do?
PG County.
Buy your next multi-unit here.
They have multi-units in Laurel?
They do.
Talk about it. Why not?
Yep. Let's do it.
One in DC and Virginia. Might as well add Maryland to the list.
Expansion. That's the goal. What was the 3 things that No, that you're trying to do?
Grow, learn, adapt.
Grow, learn, adapt.
Maybe.
Grow, learn, adapt.
Dami and PG. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Expectation. Please send in your questions, dilemma, into theunmetexpectation@gmail.com. Again, that's theunmetexpectation@gmail.com. Send them in. I want to help you with whatever issues you're going through. Because we're fun over here. And we're kind and we're, just doing it.
We're having a great time doing it. That's
great time doing it as well. Cheers, sure.
y'all see these cups, mug? Y'all see them? I love it.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, y'all. Peace out.
Love it.